We've got one other keynote coming up here from Pia and Tim Coach. And I just want to let you know, after Pia, no pressure, Tim, the interview with Mary Lou Retton is coming up right after that. So, but without further ado, Tim.
Just here you go. Hey, Tim. And then one of the greatest Olympian athletes of all time. So don't worry about it, Tim. No pressure.
There you go. Have at it.
How long do I got, Matt? Just to be
10 minutes. 10 minutes, and I'll chime you at the one when you have 1 minute left.
You know me, man. I'm like a 20-minute guy. All right, 10 minutes. I got you. Hey, everybody. So my name is Tim Coach. I'm coming out of Australia called Pia, and we are specifically going to talk today a little bit about the next big shift for MSPs. So a little bit about us and who we are and what we're going to do here. So one, who am I? Who's the company? Why are we relevant? What's the problem we're looking to solve? And then how are we solving it? So this is me, just real quick. I was the client for a long time. Then I jumped over, rebuilt a bunch of MSPs. Now I came to the channel, and then the team that I have constructed over here in the United States, as well as in Oz and Europe, we all have MSP experience. So we all know and feel the pains that we're going to be talking about. So who is VITG? So VITG is really the company that created Pia. So they're 9 years old, but the kind of thing that's crazy about them is they went into this hyper growth mode about 7 years ago. They acquired 14 companies in that time. So if you acquired any companies in that time, you know what a pain it is. And what they seen was a real issue in help desk and getting the help desk to EBITDA. So they went into a software development and implementation mode. And where they're at now is they took them 3 years to develop it. They've been running it in-house for 2 years. And for about a year and a half, they're using non-technical assets, which is crazy to actually do the help desk. Their first automation was new user setup. They had a company that would bring in high-end clients. They took them about 6 hours to do a new user onboarding. And through Pia and automation, they got that down to about half an hour. And then where do they sit today? 35,000 endpoints, 300 employees, and they're a privately held 9-figure MSP in Australia. So a bit impressive for just 7 years. So what problems are we actually talking about, are we facing as MSPs? Well, here you go. Knowledge, consistency, and labor. We all know that we have that one tech that doesn't want to let go of that little piece of information because they feel like that secures their job. The reality of it, what it does is it hinders your business from growing. It hinders your business from using less cost employees to actually provide some of these tasks. So nuances of our specific knowledge don't go across the entire staff, nor are we transferring knowledges. The other problem we're having is consistency. I ask this question all the time and I'm almost 100% that nobody ever does a new user onboarding correct the first time. Why is that? It's because it's not processed out. It's not properly put in place. We're not using our tools correctly, and we're still depending on individuals that are constantly distracted by us as managers, by our clients, by their coworkers to help them out. And then, of course, everybody wants faster response times, right? Dave was just talking about it. What are you doing for me because I'm not entering tickets? What are you doing for me because you're entering too many tickets? They all want faster response times. We have to be there. And then, of course, labor. We all know labor right now is extremely difficult to find. Technical labor is even more so. And then if we're actually going to talk about your profitability and we talk about profitability per contract, one of the things we need to discuss is that greatest cost on each and every one of your contracts, which is your cost of labor. So we have to figure out how are we going to grow your company and how are we going to get those costs down, and how can we do that without continually throwing people at an operations problem. So here's the next big shift I'm talking about. 10 to 15 years ago, we've seen a giant shift in our industry. It was RMM. We all changed. We took a hard left. How do we make ourselves better? Remote monitoring management, huge change. A couple of years ago, 5 or 8 or so, we've seen another change. What was that? MRR. Why? Because if you guys remember, our finances were like this, right? We couldn't stabilize anything. We didn't know if we were paying our employees. We didn't know if we were paying our vendors. MRR has sustained our industry. The next one we're seeing is artificial intelligence. And we got to all get on this bandwagon because we got to make sure that we're adopting early and that it's doing what we needed to do to free up other resources. So here's some quotes. You guys can have the slide deck, obviously, if you want to read these, but they're all saying the same thing. Get on board with AI or you're going to be left behind. But what does that mean? What's the difference in AI versus workflows that we all do in our PSAs today? I call workflows manual representation of automation. Why is that? Because it takes more than just RPA or more than just this piece of that piece to actually make AI, an actual solution that provides you help to both your labor issues and your profitability issues. So how do we at PIA fix this issue? Well, we specifically use intelligent process automation. So we use our RPA, we use machine learning, and we use natural language as a SaaS solution. Now, let's talk about a SaaS solution. A solution should be something that your vendors provide you that you don't have to work at. If I'm saying here's a high-end solution, and oh, by the way, your tier ones no longer have to do password resets, but now your tier threes get to manage and maintain some giant extravagant thing that I've sold you. Is that really your benefit? I don't think so. AI solutions should benefit you, meaning me, the vendor, and my company should be taking care of the entire package and just allowing you to use it. So this little guy's name is Pia. He's your first cognitive employee. He doesn't go on vacation, he doesn't take holiday, and he don't get sick. And guess what? This guy can do tickets 8 times faster than your humans can. Now, I'm not telling you to replace your humans. What I'm saying is take your greatest asset, which is your people, and actually have them working on parts of your business to improve your business. Let's get rid of the minutia, the day-to-day. That's what he's here to do. How does he do it? Y'all both know this. It's ConnectWise. Ticket comes in. We use machine learning to read the description of the ticket. From there, the AI kicks off and suggests a package. That package is the full automation to resolve the ticket, not fix it, resolve it. We're seeing a 400% better closure rate, meaning no boomerang tickets. That's the point. We got to be able to close them efficiently, consistently every time. I literally tell people all the time, I don't care if it's your mom, if it's your tier 3 tech, or somebody off the street that's your favorite bartender, you should get the exact same results using a solution. And with PIA and AI, you get that. Now, you guys are saying, what do you do? Well, here's all the things that we do out of the gate, day one. So after your onboarding, this is it. But guess what? That's too messy. So here's a QR code. And better yet, if you go to our website, which is pia.ai, because we're Australian, so don't be afraid of the AI, you can actually go there and see a live list of all of our automations that's kept up to date every day. So what are the results we're seeing? So we launched in July 27th of last year. So we're doing tickets 8 times faster. We're also doing 5 to 6 tickets at a time. So if you're like me, when you used to run your MSP and your help desk, you see a tech doing more than 1 or 2 tickets at a time, you know it's not going to be right. But with consistent AI that's doing it all the time, you get that. You get better closure rates. We're seeing in 9 to 12 months, right out of the gate, we see about a 30% absorption of your workload, meaning that's what we're doing from your service desk, from the 60 packages we have now. We're seeing a 40% improvement in your staff retention. So imagine taking work off your staff, becoming more productive, more profitable, and at the same time, they have less work. And they're focusing on things they love to focus on. And then this last one's old since July 27th. We're actually about 500,000 endpoints as we sit here today. And then my name is Tim Coach. I am PIA. And I'll just ask at this point, Matt, you got any questions? Can I answer anything? I ran through that pretty quick because I know you're on a time schedule and you're running just a hair behind.
No, I appreciate it. I didn't have any questions. Kevin may. I think he's coming on here, but I don't know.
No questions. You nailed it, like usual.
Yeah, it's listen, it's coming. We all see Chat GPT all the time, right? But what does Chat GPT do, right? It actually, whatever you ask it, it just creates that, right? Now, you can certainly go back and give it a different parameter. Hey, that essay you wrote me, do it in a second grade context. And then it comes back with that. That's what AI does. That's what we should be looking for. We all have PSAs full of workflows, right? Old SQL guys will call them and if or statements. But that's a manual representation of automation. PIA with AI actually creates that automation for you and just delivers it as a package for you to use out of the gate.
Excellent, man. We appreciate great feedback, and we'll see you on the road soon.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much.